Hello, everybody, and welcome to Soapbox Heroes Game of Gentlemen. Today we're going to be playing Metagame, the card game, on Tabletop Simulator, the game in which you have to debate for your life, for your video games. I'm your host, Travis McKeithen.
I'm your host, Eric Olson.
I'm your host, Jamie Golding.
All right, gents. So this is going to be the first time we're actually trying this out. It is one of my favorite games, a game that I've had the wonder of playing a handful of times. Metagame, the card game. It's literally as easy as you have two decks of cards. On the left, you have your question cards. Every time you flip one of these over, you're going to get a little question. In this situation, which lets players express themselves more? And the way to answer that is by pulling out a game card. Each player will get 5 game cards apiece, and they have the opportunity to figure out which one of their cards best answers this question.
See, this is odd because I've always thought that pulling out led to more questions.
It never does, if you dispose of the body correctly. But without further ado, that's the instructions. It's easy enough. Let's give them a little bit of a shuffle. You and shuffle you. And let's play a little bit of Metagame, the card game. So let me deal these out to each and everybody. That is the wrong damn thing. Edit, edit, edit. And dealing 5 cards. 1, 2. God damn it, why do you do that? Every now and then it occasionally just switches which deck it is. All right, let's try this one more time. And here we will go ahead and deal out 5 cards apiece. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody
This is why Travis never succeeded in Vegas.
I don't succeed in many things, honestly. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our cards. We can figure out which ones we like, dislike, and hate.
I thought we weren't allowed to discuss his strippy years.
That's for a later time, sir.
Is that on another podcast?
Yeah, I think that could be an entire podcast of crying and snotting, and it's going to be an interesting time for everybody.
Sounds hot so far.
Yeah, there will be a lot of masturbation that takes place. So everybody's had a good look at their cards. Let's go ahead and flip over the question card, which in this situation is, which is more hardcore? So, let's see here. To determine which of us will go first, and then we'll continue on in a clockwise manner, because that's how people do things. Let's go ahead and spawn in a die, and let's just make it fancy, a metal die, D20. Alright, I will roll first because I'm awesome, and I rolled a 11. Whoever likes to take the dice next and see who rolls the highest.
I got it.
Alright. And Eric rolls a...
That's a 13.
That's a 13, so that means you did better than I did. Let's see what Jay can, in fact, roll.
Now, I have been somewhat down on my sacrifices to the dice gods so far, so it's been a while. Not many virgins in the volcano, but will they hold that against me?
Probably. And Jay has a 20.
20.
Well, in that situation, we will go ahead and get Jay going first, with me second and Eric third, as usual. Sorry, Eric.
I knew I was right in sacrificing Gregor that last time.
As you should have. I'll definitely have my way with a few of them here shortly. So cool. Everybody, once again, take a nice look through and see what card you're doing. Unfortunately, we're only going to be able to show off my cards for this recording. We'll work out something different in the future.
Actually, in all honesty, the last virgin I sacrificed was my wife. That probably shouldn't go into camera.
You know, it could work.
So what was the ritual? Was it poking, prodding, spearing?
There was impaling involved.
All right. Good deal.
Now, is it practical impaling wherever it goes in through the anus and comes out through the top of the head and or shoulder?
No.
Oh.
No, it was impractical impaling.
Then it did
Repeatedly,
not count.
though. Well, it happened over and over and over again, so...
Of course. Yeah, as it should. So, alrighty, ladies and gents. Or in this situation, gents and gents. There might be some ladies listening, though, so we'll pretend like they're people.
I can be a lady if you so desire.
I'll have to go up your way, and we'll have to find out if that's the case. So, all right. So whenever you are confident with your decision, Jay, we're going to go ahead and start.
Oh, I have made my decision.
Alrighty. Pretty much, I have the timer started up. You will get 1 minute to tell me what game you have is the most hardcore. And as soon as you start talking, I'm starting the timer.
Okay. Mortal Kombat. Midway, you rip out a guy's motherfucking heart through his motherfucking chest. Drop mic. I do not need a minute to defend this. You rip out a guy's fucking spine. You set a motherfucker on fire. Everyone has 12 rib cages. Deal with it.
And is that your turn, sir?
That is my entire turn.
Alright, well, sounds good. So we have the first one down. The next person up would be me. So that makes it a little bit difficult. Let's see here. I have so many cards. So many shitty cards. But with that, I am going to have to go with... I will start up my timer as soon as I lay this down. Can everybody see what it is? Do I have to flip it? No. There we go. Alright, resetting the clock and starting now. Counter-Strike, as I've been told by many people, is incredibly hardcore because it gives you the opportunity to go around and shoot foreign people. And I don't believe there's such thing as a video game that is more hardcore unless you're going out shooting brown and or beige people. I believe that's really what we've determined as gamers. Looking at Call of Duty, Battlefield, and all these other games, that's the only way you can be hardcore. You have to shoot people who look different than you. And I'm gonna stop it there. That's all you need to properly be hardcore.
Oh, that is a travesty. Counter-Strike is literally one of the most hardcore, like, unless you have Dota or StarCraft.
I don't.
But you did not defend the game on the game's merits.
It's a shooty bang bang game.
But it's Counter-Strike.
I know, and people are going to hate me for this, but I'm fine. You know,
I hate you for this.
I've never played the original Counter-Strike. I've only played Counter-Strike Go, and I was very bad at that. But this can go into the second round. However, this round, we still have Eric to see which game he has, which is more hardcore than Mortal Kombat or Counter-Strike.
StarCraft. Come on, Eric.
Ooh, interesting. And whenever you start, I start.
You can play as a fucking bear.
Okay. That's your point, I'm supposing.
What else do I have to say? You play as a bear.
Yeah.
He's the pet of the main bad guy. A bear.
Point taken. And I'll stop the timer. Alright, so let's go ahead. So we've got everybody's initial argument towards their game, which
God damn you, Eric!
I guess I lasted a couple more seconds than everybody else. That's because of my massive stamina. But we'll go into rebuttal, and we'll just wrap it around, starting with Jay. Pretty much in the rebuttal, you can re-emphasize how amazing your game is, or how shitty everybody else's game is in comparison to your game. And I will start the timer whenever you're ready.
Okay. First of all, yes, you can play a motherfucking bear in Tekken, but the motherfucking bear is the pet of the motherfucking schoolgirl. Bye-bye! He's Ling Zayu's pet. And Counter-Strike? Well, Had you defended Counter-Strike on Counter-Strike's merit, sir, you absolutely would be correct. This would be a no-brain, hands-down win for you. But instead, you defended Counter-Strike on shooting brown people. I'm sorry, that does not play to Counter-Strike's amazing map design, amazing feel for all of the weapons, and the extreme skill of its player base. Mortal Kombat can still rip out a guy's motherfucking chest through his motherfucking heart. No, wait, the other way around. Ripping out hearts through chests.
That works as well, and time. So that would be me up next, which, once again, and starting clock now. Once again, as Jay said, obviously Counter-Strike is more hardcore than the rest of them. There are crazy people all over the world who are interested in shooting other people. And he said amazing map design, amazing mechanics. That doesn't matter. You're shooting brown people. And that is as hardcore as it gets. And I'm sorry, a fucking bear in a fucking fighting game that not that many people play anymore does not count as hardcore. That is just simply a fighting game that I happen to really like. That is not as hardcore as Counter-Strike. Done.
Damn you!
All right. And
then why is Tekken Tag 2 at EVO?
You know, I was actually going to mention that, but that was actually somewhat making it hardcore. But guess what? That was not during his turn, so that was not his rebuttal. Everybody watching, do not use that in your jury. Please do not use that in your final dictation. So on to Eric with his rebuttal. Let's see if it lasts any longer than a couple seconds. Whenever you're ready, sir.
Said bear has his own fighting style.
And I'm going to call time on that because I'm pretty sure nothing else will be said. So that's it, guys. You've heard all of our opening statements, all of our secondary rebuttals. It's up to you now. You choose who won this round. Is it rather Mortal Kombat, Counter-Strike, or Tekken? Which game is the most hardcore?